Hi, it's Valeska. I'm here to give you a little instruction on the Valentine's craft that I've mailed to all the kids in our children's ministry. To do our craft that looks a little bit like this, which is 3 hearts that are inside of each other here, you will need a stapler. And that's really the only supplies you should need if you're using what I've prepared for you. If you want to do your own paper, I'll show you how to do that toward the end of our video. When you get your stapled piece of strips of paper from me, hold the end that has the staple in it in one hand. And this is going to let the other pieces open up toward the top, like this. Now this is a little tricky, so you have to kind of play with it a bit, and you might need a parent or a brother or sister, someone maybe a little bit older to help you with it if it gets complicated. We're going to start with the outside piece, which is the shortest one, and we're going to curl it down and then try to hold it, okay, at the bottom. Then we're going to take the next piece from the outside toward the inside, curl it down toward the bottom. So you can see already it's starting to get this looped shape here where one is inside the other. Then we're going to get the longest piece from the middle and see if we can push it down at the bottom here so that all the edges are kind of matching up and we've got them pinched in our fingers. We go to the other side. We're going to take the other short piece and kind of slide it under your thumb. And then we're going to take the next shortest piece and slide it under your thumb. And then we're going to take the longest piece and slide it down. So now we've got something that might look a little bit like this. Well, we're going to try to see if we can hold on to the edges and let go of the middle part. So what I've done is gotten all the little edges to match up together here. And if it pops apart and you need to redo, that's not a big deal. It does not take that long to fix it back together. Once I've got the edges all together, I want to have all of them at least pretty close together so that when I staple it, I can staple all the pieces. So I'm going to line it up, take my stapler, and get my staple going in there. And then I'm going to press it down, and my stapler is not working. There we go. Now we'll try it. There we go. And hopefully it went all the way through the end so that you have a pretty little heart shape that you could use as a Valentine. You could also, before you staple it, decorate the outsides of it if you wanted to put a little message for somebody on there. If you're saying, well, I don't want to use the pieces of paper you gave me, or maybe you want to make more, you can take 6 pieces of paper and you can choose. I used cardstock because I like the way it folds better, or it bends into the heart shape. But we need them to be different sizes. So one's going to be the longest, which is going to be on the outside. So I'm going to let this one be my longest ones. And this one's going to be my middle ones. Now I need them to be about maybe an inch shorter or so than the other. So I'm just going to cut off about an inch or so. So now you can see that they are not as long as the others. And then I've got some white to be my very shortest pieces, which are going to be for me on the inside. And I want them even shorter than the other ones, so I'm going to cut them maybe 3 inches, like that. So now you can see that they are different lengths. Now I've got 2 of each. So now it's the same thing as the other part. We're going to line it up so that we've got a short one on the outside, a middle one next, and then a long one. And actually you can keep your 2 long ones together because now we're going to go with another middle one and another short one. And you can even just line it out in front of you. I'll put in a picture that you can see. Short, middle, long, long, middle, short. Line them up at the bottom. Same thing with our other we were talking about already. Take your stapler, staple the bottom. And then start the whole process over again. Sometimes it's helpful to have like 3 hands. We're going to do the short one, the middle one, and the long one. And then on the other side, the short one, the middle one, and the long one. Going to line up those edges. Take another staple and ta-da! Sometimes things don't work exactly the way you thought they were going to. I did not line up my edges perfectly well. So to fix that, just scooch it down there in as tight as you can, unless you want to take the staples all the way out and redo it. I'm going to take another staple here. Give it a good click. And good as new. Doesn't matter if it didn't quite work the first time. Practice makes perfect. And if you want, you can make many of these, and you could either staple them together to make a decoration or a bigger Valentine, or you could try looping them together. When you're making it, it gets a little more complicated, but I think they're kind of pretty. They make special little Valentines, and you can make them small or you can make them big. Thank you.